That's staircase. You like say fire did not live. Now where do people live here?
Ele ma bente o. I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. The video you just watched is the video of a fire incident that took place in Lagos. The building is said to belong to a bank. Mark that word, bank. And that fire incident is a reflection of the dysfunctionality in Nigeria. Functionalism talks about roles that persons and individuals play in the smooth running and development of a society. When these roles are not played by institutions and persons who are supposed to play these roles, the society is said to be dysfunctional. It does not function as it is supposed to be. So the UBA building fire incidents in Lagos, as small as or simple as it looks, is a summary of the state of affairs in our country. A state of dysfunctionality, hopelessness and helplessness of the citizenry. Now, that building there was no futuristic planning, no planning for eventualities. So, if you look at some buildings in developed societies, there are staircases outside the building, staircases outside that people can run through in case there is the need for evacuation. They will tell you in some of the buildings, don't use the lifts in case of fire. There was no planning. There were no fire extinguishers, most probably inside the buildings. No fire extinguishers. In public buildings, fire extinguishers are supposed to be checked at specific times. The date to recheck them is always written on the body with white color. Most probably there were no fire extinguishers in that building. Number two, there were no fire drills before now. Fire drills are drills to simulate when there is fire in that building. In developed societies, functional societies, there are drills in case of chemical warfare. There are drills in case of bombing. There are shelters people run into. That's why you see the casualty rate in Israel was quite low. There are bunkers, there are shelters. People know the nearest to run into. There are drills on how to rescue people. There are drills on how to resuscitate people. I was walking in the streets of London. I found defibrillators in street corners in case somebody had a cardiac arrest. And I suspect that a lot of people have been trained on how to do cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR. And ambulances might not be more than 5 to 10 minutes away from the defibrillators. I stayed in Germiston in South Africa, and you will see notices on the walls, on the fences of the buildings. Electronic sensors here. Armed guards will arrive in less than 10 minutes. If you go near the wall, you go near the fence, electricity triggers, sensors trigger lights to come on. And if you cross, there's an alarm. And they are functional. There was no provision for water hydrants in the building. There are buildings you will see round tubes. I have a mariner. We that attended government college usually will call ourselves mariners, who sells trucks and caterpillars somewhere at Warri. And I was informed that he has fire hydrants in his compound with long hoses. And recently, he brought out some of the hoses to check. That's the tubes that carry the water. He found out that they had cracks. He had to import new ones to change them. When he was asked why, he said that there is a petrol station, a fuel station near him. And he is preparing in case there is a need, if there is a fire in that petrol station, he will be of help to prevent the fire spreading to his own equipment. That's a proactive person. Nigerian politicians are dramatic. They are not proactive. After bandits have attacked a community, you will see a governor with an entourage of the commissioner for police, all kinds of security agencies will come to that community. Why were those people not deployed to that community? I saw a group of soldiers, policemen escorting one musician to a show while communities don't have security. We are dramatic and not proactive. You will see we want to destroy a bridge while London Bridge is still there. The one that opens up is still there. They maintain it. They service it. You will see a road that a governor is passing to his office. It will start as a pothole. They will not amend it. It will keep getting bigger and bigger until it forms a gully. Then they want to award a contract. Or a commissioner dies there, then they will set up a probe panel on why the commissioner dies. Then the probe panel will submit his report. After 6 months, it's usually in about 1,000 pages. Then they will now set up a subcommittee to investigate, to review Jesus Christ. Ogbemudia once said that Auchi Polytechnic students then demonstrated for lack of water in the Polytechnic. Nobody listened to them. Then they rioted and they closed down the university, the Polytechnic then. And then they deployed mobile policemen to carry the mobile policemen from their station to that place, stay there. He found out that what he was spending every 2 weeks or every week was more than what it would have taken to put water, rectify the water problem in that school. We are not proactive, we are dramatic. I saw a social media influencer, Brother Mike, along the Sapele Benin Road, Warisa Benin Sapele Road, near the flyover. The place was chaotic, and he was pleading. Now, do you mean that government functionaries do not pass that road? Do you mean that the Minister of Works does not know that road is like that? Until maybe a contingent or a group of people have an accident in that place, and then somebody prominent or something tragic happens, they will now say they are doing palliative work. What would it take the governor, instead of putting billboards there? Not this president, but started from Obaseki. This is a federal government road. It's not a state road. Please bear with us. What will it take him to bring the Minister of Works to come see the road? Or even the new one that is promising Tinubu how many million votes? What will it take him to do a video of that place, go show President Bola Tinubu about the state of the road? What will it take the senator from that place, the House of Representatives from that member from that place, to put some palliative work in place? We know it is federal government road, but federal government does not have a tribe or a state. It is your people that are passing that road. If you calculate the amount of fuel that is spent daily on that road for the number of years that road has been bad, it is enough to construct that road. So Nigerian politicians are dramatic. After October 2020, October 20th, 2020, toll gate massacre, I saw somebody with camcorder. Are you mad? Are you crazy? What are you looking for? Are you a forensic expert? You're a lawyer, for God's sake. Now, we are dramatic. I did not see the response of the state government. It was later the owners of that building put up a press release. Nigerian Labour Congress put up a press release. Don't you know that you should have taken preventive measures? We are not going to formulate a policy concerning such public buildings in Nigeria. When you go to the UK, you go to Germany, you go to Netherlands, you go to Spain, all those procedures you see they have put in place, the rules they have put in place, is because of past experiences of dysfunctionality. That's why they put those rules and regulations and solutions in place. Now, we are a people who live on assumptive faith. Nothing they happen. It's not my portion. That is not my case. By the grace of God, we live on presumptive faith. Presumptive faith. The next thing, we're a people who are very tolerant of mediocrity. Very tolerant of mediocrity. Very tolerant of inefficiency. Very tolerant of insuitability. Very tolerant of suffering. In fact, you are said to be over sabi if you talk. People like us, they see us, they would like to silence us. They would like to, there are idiots on social media who are paid to troll me. They attack everything I say. But you're just being stupid. You're just being stupid. A lot of the things that will affect you won't affect me. No. And as I keep saying, I can afford to live outside this country. As I keep saying, I have settled a great percentage of my family outside Nigeria. Just like your politicians, just like your spiritual leaders, just like your traditional leaders, just like your tribal leaders. So, we are very tolerant. Leave him now. He has tried. He has tried. What if the person is from your tribe? What will you say? Is it because he's from this tribe? Is it because he's from... We leave the main issues that concern all of us and concentrate on tangential reasoning. This is... Do you know this post I have made now? Somebody can leave the content of this post and concentrate on why I'm wearing red and red cap, whether am I a native doctor. That's how there is the deficiency of critical thinking in the whole world, more especially in underdeveloped and religious communities. The absence of critical thinking, we don't think, we don't analyze. Now, we just accept who we are without thinking of alternatives to the current situation or where you are or what is happening without complaining. Okay, I beg, sit down well, make motor they go. Before you start to talk about glass, we know the wine. Then rain will come. Driver, this your motor, they wet my body. The man who demanded for something to wind the glass down and it was not functional. You get motor now, you enter public transport. Monkey. Why are you criticizing the body of Christ? Ta! Now your mouth, now you be the leg of body of Christ. Why are you talking about Islam? Ta! The people attacking people in the mosque, where are they from? Are they not the same Muslims? When this thing started on TV, Quest TV, I was saying that the leaders in the north are not saying anything now because it has not started affecting them. It was churches they were attacking then. How market? How market now? So, even if you complain, you are victimized. If there was a worker in that place that said that there are no water hydrants, the building is unsafe in terms of fire and whatever, they will victimize him. Oh, I remember when they seized my salary. If you are seeing me for the first time, I've been like this since my 20s. Since my 20s. 41 years ago, when my boss and some other doctors in the hospital where I was doing internship were stifling our learning and the the hospital surgical functionality. The director of medical services came and I told her, transfer my boss and transfer these other doctors. The hospital will work. And they came after me. They seized my salary. They said the hospital is the only hospital my tribe's people have. It's not my tribal hospital. It is located in an urban area where there are people from all tribes. I was not trained by my tribe. I was not trained to serve my tribe. I had known for long I would be a global citizen. The school I went to, Government College Ughelli, we were trained and told that we will be the leaders of tomorrow. And we were trained, do the right and do not fear. So you want to stifle me? No, it has stayed that I've been doing this thing. You're just hearing me now. Now, we don't question anything. You know, we don't question because of the person's tribe, because of the person's political affiliation, because of the person's gender, because the political processes in the office. Who are you aligned to? So, what happened in that building was a monumental governmental failure. That is the business hub of Lagos State, the commercial capital of Nigeria, the fourth largest economy, Lagos, the fourth largest economy in Africa. Fourth, or is it fifth? Largest economy in Africa. The economy of Lagos, just like California, is bigger than the economy of many African states. If you go to the neighboring states, westward, nearly everything they consume is brought from Lagos. I was in Siaka Stevens Street in Sierra Leone. Nearly all the spare parts shops are owned by Igbos. And the spare parts, I was boarding plane, I was seeing people carrying exhaust and all that as luggages. One wanted to carry exhaust. I was hand luggage. Nigeria said, you guys are funny. And so, there was no fire truck that came. And this is a bank that declares huge profits into billions of naira. No fire trucks. A bank managed by people who have traveled around the world. There was no fire truck in that vicinity. Governors that have traveled around the world. Lagos purported to be built by Baba. No fire truck, none. The fire truck can come and they will say there's no water. I have seen fire service people come. There was a fire. They first paraded before they started. They first marched. Stupid, dramatic human beings. And if the fire truck was even called, most probably, traffic will stall the fire truck. I'm always nervous in Lagos. I was leaving Okokomaiko to somewhere in, I don't know, the island. And there was a sick person in an ambulance. And we were trapped in the traffic. The person might die before reaching there. I was in Germany. My son was driving. And I noticed that all the vehicles had shifted and left the middle road. And he told me that the middle lane was left for ambulances, police, fire services, rescue team. Because it looked as if there was an accident in front. No person taught them. No person. It was just there. And before I knew it, emergency services were passing the middle lane. That's a functional society. We travel overseas. We go and buy houses overseas for our children and our families. And then we desecrate this country that gave us the wealth, gave us the position, gave us the privileges. We don't plan far. We don't think far. There could be fire here. In Brunei, a child had malaria. They went and used helicopter to airlift the child. In Nepal, recently there was a revolution. Helicopters went and lifted the politicians into safety. If not Nigeria, then go barbecue them. They go turn to barbecue. They go use tire to barbecue them. It was only one of them that ran into a stream and dealt with him. But there was no crane that would have gone forward with a basket for the people to enter and lower them. And even if they put a crane, I know my people, they will struggle to enter the crane. Some of them will fall off. Dysfunctional society. Now, I couldn't sleep one night. That was on Wednesday night last week before I traveled to Lagos. I was just imagining myself in that building. There was a woman that just finished her maternity leave, left her child behind, went to work. There were some directors that had retired or they were transferred. They came to give their reports, trapped inside. They could see the smoke coming, see the fire coming. I felt threatened. I felt suffocated. Those of you who are secessionists, don't come here and talk rubbish. What happened in Lagos can happen in Enugu, can happen in Benin, can happen in Kano. It was not a tribal issue. Don't be surprised that the fire chief in that locality might be from your tribe. Stop all this your stupid talk. And most of you are very rude and crude. It can happen anywhere. If it can happen in Lagos, it will happen anywhere. Can happen anywhere. And now, I was imagining those people in that building. The fire and the failure did not know APC, PDP, ADC, or obedience. It did not know Yoruba, it did not know Igbo, it did not know Hausa, it did not know Urobo. Fire and failure. And then the hopelessness. Nigerians gathered downstairs. They were bringing short ladders to climb, to rescue people. That is the state of the nation. I generate my water here. After generating water before now, somebody wanted to tax boreholes until somebody went to court. You can't provide water. Now I have water produced by myself. You want to tax me. I saw fountains in Venice. You could go there and press and you drink water. And my host told me that the water from the spring is very good, very pure. For the first time in many years, I could smell chlorine in public taps. Even in Germany, that we heard in those days that their water was not good, I could smell chlorine. In those days, we had pipe-borne water. When we were coming from school, we drank water. You open it, you put your hand and you drink. And you will smell chlorine. Today there is no pipe-borne water functional in this town. Ugeli public taps, no, none functional. Worry, I don't think so. So we sink our own bowels. The electricity I'm using now is solar powered. Now, if lightning just makes piam and thunder follows, boom, 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 the light will go off. But they are throwing bombs in Ukraine. They still have electricity. I was watching, which one was I watching? They were throwing bombs in Lebanon, throwing bombs in Iran, throwing bombs in Israel. They still had electricity. Our own, if old woman just mess, boom, light will go off. If small pikin cough, boom. I don't know where we get our own technology from. I don't know. I've not had electricity. So I pump my own water, provide security for myself, provide my transportation. I was discussing with my son. My grandson went to school and asked how much is the transport fare. I said that if you buy abonnement, you could enter any form of transport service. When we went to Barcelona, we just bought a card. It took us for 48 hours. We could enter train, enter buses. I think I had one like that in the UK. Yes, is it Cowrie? I had one in the UK. I bought one in France. You can, but so you don't need your car. You don't need your car. So we are, and the people started jumping. One of them jumped successfully. Then one jumped, his leg hit somewhere, and he landed. We don't know if he is alive. That's how we are hopeless. That's why we take unnecessary risks. That's why there is criminality. That's why there is desperation. That's why we use little wealth to intimidate each other. You don't intimidate people with some of these things. You don't eat apple. In South Africa, you think apples are everywhere. Grapes are everywhere. It's common. Huh? So, we have a problem. As they were there, their religion did not matter. There are those who had the stickers of their general overseers in their houses. It didn't matter. There are Muslims there. It didn't matter. The regions they come from did not matter. Their wealth at that point did not matter. Their buildings did not matter. Their cars did not matter. It was frightening to me. And now, there are some things that happen in this country that are very annoying. Explanations will come. I think UBA issued an explanation, and then excuses will be given, and then there will be disclaimers, you know, and then after that, statements will be issued, and then we will move on as if nothing happened. The world has moved on. Those who died, died. A woman there called somebody, please help me take care of my baby. The woman that left, just finished maternity, called a friend, help me take care of my baby. Because government will not take care. There is no provision for that child. No provision for that child. Somebody died now. I want to pay the child's school fees until the child will finish secondary school. One of my landlords, somewhere I bought land from, he died foolishly. Left 8 children that I take care of. The problem is that when problems come, instead of going to your government, instead of going to your churches, instead of going to your political parties, instead of going to your politicians, it is me that you criticize, that I talk too much, that you will come to. Why? Stockholm syndrome. You defend those who are suffering you. They will soon be forgotten. Maybe we are too many in this country, so some people are disposable. But they'll be all second. You people that are in position of authority, that are supposed to do the right thing, and you fail to do the right thing, and you steal the money to go and buy houses in nations that are developed. Koni dafun you that you go and pay money. They saw $7 billion. This $7 million in an account. Nobody has agreed to collect it. God will punish all of you. God will punish you who defends evil.